What is freedom for? Why have we been created free? We Americans especially are very defensive of our freedom, and rightly so. It's one of the things that gives us great dignity as human persons. We're created free and in the image and likeness of God. We are able to choose not by instinct or custom or by force of law, but we're able to choose on our own, by our own free will. But freedom doesn't serve itself. We're not free just so that we can be free. That kind of circular reasoning doesn't make any sense. Freedom must serve some other purpose, something else beyond itself. And it's in that freedom really realizes its great dignity and its purpose. In the Catechism, paragraph 1731, it says, "By free will, one shapes one's own life. Human freedom is a force for growth and maturity in truth and goodness. It attains its perfection when directed toward God, our beatitude." It's a force. Think of it in terms of some kind of powerful vehicle, like a freight train or a jet airplane or something like that has this great force and power, but it needs to be directed. The plane has to be guided by the wings and the fins, and the train needs to remain on the tracks. And if they're not guided, if they're not directed by something and towards something, then actually they're no longer helpful. They're actually dangerous. And that's the same thing with freedom. If it's not directed properly, it quickly becomes just license. I get to do whatever I want to do. And that kind of freedom, which isn't freedom at all, really, it is destructive to individuals because it just means we become victims of our own passions. We just do what our passions want us to do. And it's not good for societies either. Our Lord puts it this way: "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." That seems odd to us because we think that the truth and freedom are kind of opposed to each other. The truth confines us, and freedom, well, it frees us. Our Lord is pointing us on the right path, that truth is what guides freedom. If we don't know what is true, then our freedom is just kind of spilling out and it's wasted. But when we know what is true and we're directing our freedom and our free will towards the service of the truth, then freedom realizes its perfection. And so the more we are in accord with God's truth, actually, the more free we become. It's counterintuitive to our culture, but we see this in all of the saints, that they are free even in the midst of persecution and martyrdom, imprisonment. They are free because they are so deeply in accord with the truth and the life of God. That's what we should use our freedom for as well, and that's the way in which our freedom is fulfilled. That's what it's for, is to be rooted in the truth of God and also to be striving to be in accord with Him and make Him known. And when we live our freedom in that way, we find that we become actually not less free, but more free, because we have the freedom of the children of God, a participation really in the freedom of God Himself.